So, I have seen people celebrating. I have seen people celebrating. What are you celebrating? Eh? What are you celebrating? Other people are even, calling me. Hey, you see, what were you saying yesterday? Hey, what were you saying yesterday? Didn't you say that the case will be thrown out in court? Eh? I mean, how can you be so down, Mwevantuimwe? How can you be so down? The question that I'm asking you right now, what is it that you are celebrating? What? What are you celebrating? Answer me that question. What are you celebrating? What has changed from what we had on Friday? What has changed? What has changed in as far as the case of Edgar Lungu is concerned? What has changed? Alamwevantu, mule isuke mitwe. Don't just use emotions. Mwaleko kutontonkanya. Don't just use emotions and you stop thinking. Reason. The case as it is on that. There is a judgment as it is. There is a judgment in favor of the Zambian government. That has not changed. That has not changed. We have a judgment. We have a judgment. And that judgment still stands. It still stands. Yes, the order has been stalled. The orders have been stalled. The directive have been stalled. Meaning the government cannot move the body. But that does not change that. That does not change the fact that the orders are still there. The judgment is still in place. The judgment is still in place. Nothing has changed. The judgment is still there. The orders are still there. They have only been paused. They have only been paused. They cannot be executed. They have only been stayed, if using the right word. They have only been stayed. But eventually, mark my words, eventually, those orders will be executed. Eventually. What the Lungu family are doing is just buying time. It's just buying time. They're just being stubborn and they're being treacherous to our country. The Lungu family are being treacherous to our country because the Lungu family, they have what is the word? They have, it's not conniving, but they have partnered with some foreign entities, to fight our government. They have partnered with some foreign entities to fight our government. Remember, I told you, just when we started, I told you that there is an opposition in South Africa that is behind the Lungu family. I told you this, I said it, that there is an opposition in South Africa which is fighting the South African government as well as our government. And the Lungu family have partnered with that opposition to fight our government, to embarrass our government. And that's why I'm calling them treacherous. They are really treacherous. They have partnered with some fellow corrupt politicians in South Africa, and they are fighting our government. They want to embarrass our government and also, in a way, embarrass Cyril Ramaphosa's government. Because Cyril Ramaphosa's government said clearly that Edgar Lungu should be buried in Zambia. So, if Edgar Lungu is buried in South Africa, it will be an embarrassment to South Africa, and it will cause some diplomatic anxieties or diplomatic, not so much tension, but, disturbance. The opposition in South Africa, that opposition which is working in Avena Lungu, wants to embarrass, number one, the South African government. Number two, they want to see a disturbance between Zambia and South Africa. And in that way, you know, they will be gaining their mileage. If it under politics they have, and I want to urge the UPND government. I have said this even before, and I even mentioned to some of these people who are in government, I said it, that you don't take this case casually. I told them, don't take this case casually. Zambia at the moment, the UPND government is not, truth be told, is not liked by some people and some parties in the region. President Hakainde Hichilema and the UPND government, I want to tell you that there are some parties in the region that do not like Hakainde Hichilema's government. Of course, they have their own reasons. And some of the reasons, I agree with them. I want to be very honest with you. Some of the reasons that they have, I agree with them. But what I don't agree is to use a dead man's, a demise of Edgar Lungu to fight the UPND government. This I refuse. This I refuse. And I'm speaking like this because, I mean, I know I also have relationships with some of these people. And I know some of them, they are looking at me to say, I mean, this guy, he has turned against us. Some of these people, they have actually helped me. Truth be told, some of these people, they have actually helped me. I'm disclosing it here. I'm telling you the truth. It's not that what I'm talking about is something that I don't know. Oh, I'm just making whatever. Zambian government, listen to me na papata. Listen to me. Me, I left Zambia and I was seeking help from different people. And some of these people, it's true, they helped me. However, I don't agree that we should be using the demise of Edgar Chagwa to fight the UPND government. So excuse me, because I know Valatamba. These people that I'm talking about, Valatamba, they watch me. And they are watching me and they are saying, I mean, this bastard, we helped him, now look what he's saying. No, my brothers and sisters, I appreciate the help that you gave me. I appreciate. But I refuse to use the demise of Edgar Chagwa to fight Hakainde Hichilema. Hakainde Hichilema might have his own issues. But to use Edgar Lungu, a funeral, a body, to fight the UPND government, I refuse. I refuse. Please understand me. It is not that I have turned against you, I am being treacherous. No, I just refuse that as much as I may have issues with Hakainde Hichilema, I refuse that we should use the demise of Edgar Chagwa to fight Hakainde Hichilema. And to the Hakainde Hichilema government, I'm telling you, get it from me. Take this information very seriously. There are political parties. There are political parties that are fighting the UPND government. And they are using Avena Esther Lungu to fight the government. I refuse. And that is it's unpatriotic. It's unpatriotic. I may have gotten help from some of these political parties, but I refuse to fight my government using these foreign entities. I refuse. I refuse. I can't do that. I can't do that. So, you need to be very, very careful. Nami papata. You need to be very, very careful. You need to be very, very careful. So, the issue is now, getting back to you people who are celebrating. The status quo as it is at the moment is that the judgment is still there. That judgment has not been set aside. That judgment is still there. So what has happened? What has happened is, these people, the Maccabees, the moment the judgment came out, they appealed in the High Court. They appealed. They put up a notice of appeal. The notice of appeal, which was supposed to be heard last Friday. But when they went for hearing last Friday, the new lawyer said, we are talking as parties. Okay? We are talking as parties. And we will inform the court. We will inform the court. And that is how they adjourned to Monday. Okay? So that they can talk. And the judges, the court, they thought that the talk is about agreeing on how they should, on the issues of repatriation. That's what the court thought. That's what the court thought. Alas, what they wanted, what that lawyer from South Africa wanted, was to file fresh action in the Constitutional Court. Because he has seen that those three judges were likely going to dismiss the application for appeal. They were likely going to reject it. On Friday, they would have rejected it. But that guy looked at it to say, my goodness, they are going to reject it. So what are we going to do? Let us go and start a new case in the Concord. And ask those judges to hold on. So that's what they did. They paused those judges to say, no, wait, because they were going to dismiss it. They were going to dismiss it. But they said, no, let's talk. Meanwhile, they go and file in the Constitutional Court. And today, when the case came up, the High Court was told to say, we have agreed with the government so that the case in the Concord can be heard. A new case, okay, based on the judgment though, based on the judgment. It's not really completely new because what they have asked in the Concord, they have gone with that judgment. They have gone with that judgment and said, can you please squash this judgment? Can you declare this judgment illegal? Squash it. That is the case that they have taken to the Concord. They have taken the judgment from the High Court. They have taken it to the Concord to say this judgment is defective at law. Is defective at law. Okay? And meanwhile, there was that application for appeal. Okay? Notice of appeal. So they have said, hold on to this case. Notice of appeal. Hold on. Because we want to first exhaust the case in the Concord. In the Concord. Where they will argue that the Concord should dismiss the judgment. Based on law. Not an appeal. You need to understand based on the law to say, according to the law, this judgment is not right. According to the law. Okay? Not that the judgment is wrong. I'm sure a lot of people there will find it confusing. In the Concord, they will be looking at the law. Was this judgment passed according to the law? Okay? Was it passed according to the law? Was the law followed properly? Not to say, were the judges right? Not to say where the judge is right. They will be looking at the law. Particularly, one of the issues that they will be looking at, they will be looking at that law from Zambia, Iyabakaunda. They will be asking the Constitutional Court to say, do you think this law, Iyaku Zambia, do you think it is correct? Do you think the judges should have used it? You get the point? And then they will also be looking at the South African law. Do you think the South African law should apply to Edgar Lungu? Or the judges were wrong to use this law? They applied it wrongly. Not to say were the judges right in their decision. Okay? I don't know how best I can explain that. I don't know if I can come up with an analogy. For example that I can give. Example that I can give is that which example can I give? Which can be reasonably correct, but wrong at law. Let me get. My wife?
Yes.
I am live.
Okay.
Did you want to tell me something quickly?
It's okay.
Okay, I'll call you.
Please call me ready.
I'll call you. I'll call you when I'm done.
Okay.
So, since you have been talking, since my wife just called me, and you have been talking about me divorcing my wife and what and what and what. So, for example, my wife sues me in Zambia. She says, you know, I want to divorce my husband because my husband is unfaithful. Okay? My husband is unfaithful. Our marriage was done in Ethiopia. Okay? Our marriage was done in Ethiopia. And then my wife goes to court and says, I want to divorce my husband because my husband is not looking after me and he is going out with other women. Okay? And she actually proves that yes, I've been going out with other women and I've neglected her. So these reasons are good. These reasons are valid. These reasons are valid. And so the court would sit and then look at it to say, yeah, she's right. It's true. You have been unfaithful. You have not been looking after her. The reasons are okay. Okay? So, for that matter, then they say, we have divorced you in court, in Zambia. Okay? In Zambia. Our marriage was contracted in Ethiopia. But my wife sues me in a Zambian court. And she puts up convincing reasons. And these reasons, the judges in Zambia look at them, they say, yes, it's true, she's right. And then they say, okay, we are going to divorce you. And they tell us to say, okay, we have divorced you. Your wife is right. You have been a bad husband. So we have divorced you. Okay? Then, after I get the judgment, then I say, I'm going to appeal. I'm going to appeal because as much as I am a reasons, which my wife is giving, I mean, they are not good reasons for us to divorce. Because me, I mean, I'm a man. I'm allowed to have a few more women. There is nothing wrong. Then my wife saying, no, I've neglected her. No, it wasn't my fault. It is because I was in exile. Okay? So I filed for an appeal. But as I file for an appeal, then I think of it to say, the judges, the evidence is overwhelming. These judges, I don't think they will overturn their judgment because the evidence is overwhelming. Then I come up now with a technicality. What technicality do I come up with? I say, no, the Zambian court cannot divorce us because we got married in Ethiopia. So this court, using the law, according to the law, cannot divorce us. They can't divorce us according to the law. Because we were married in Ethiopia. So, I hope you understand me, you get me. The reasons that my wife puts forward, they are valid and they are good reasons. And the judges in this case, you can actually say, they are right. But because I'm scared that they will divorce us, so instead of attacking the reasons of the judges, I attack their legal standing. I attack the legal standing to say, no. They can't divorce us, Ava. I mean, we were married in Ethiopia. Okay? We are married in Ethiopia. So I go to the Constitutional Court and I go and ask the Constitutional Court to say, Constitutional Court, can you declare this judgment now? Can you declare this judgment now and void? Because this court has no legal standing to make a ruling or to give a judgment. This judgment is illegal because that court cannot give a judgment on our case. It can't. Because we were married in Ethiopia. So if I have to be divorced, I have to go to Ethiopia. But the question is that if you have followed me, the question is, were the reasons that my wife gave, were they not valid? They were valid. And she gave evidence. The only thing that I'm bringing up now, I'm bringing up a technicality to say, no. This court cannot hear our matter. We have to go to Ethiopia. This is the situation on this matter. The reasons that the court gave are strong. So now he has come up with some technicalities to go to the Concord. And whilst he's in the Concord, he has asked the High Court to hold on. Okay? To hold on. Just like in my situation, I had filed for notice of appeal. But then, and because of the notice of appeal, we stay married. We still married. We are not, the case is not completed. And then I go to the Concord. But if I lose to the Concord, suppose I lose in the Concord, I can still go back to pick up the appeal and say, the reasons were not right. So these guys, they have given themselves 2 lives. They are shooting in the Concord to say, if at all the Concord rules out to say, no, the judgment is illegal, okay? Then, whatever order and whatever everything, then falls off. But if they lose, they will come back to the High Court. And that is why the matter has been adjourned sine die, meaning indefinitely. Indefinitely. Why indefinitely? Indefinitely because they don't know when the matter will be concluded in the Constitutional Court. So upon the matter being concluded in the Constitutional Court, if the Lungus win in the Constitutional Court, whereby the judges will say, no, this judgment is legal, okay? This judgment is legal. There is nothing illegal about this, okay? If they lose, they can go back now to the High Court. They will go back to the High Court, and what are they going to say? They will say the reasons that you gave. No. You see? If they win, then they will abandon their appeal because then the judgment has fallen off. So, in this instance, what that lawyer, if there is any good that this lawyer has done, he has given temporary relief to the Lungu family. He has given them more time. That is what that lawyer, whatever millions is being paid, and whatever success he has done is just to prolong this case. He has just prolonged this case. And he has multiplied, his chances. Now he has 2 bullets. He has 2 bullets. One bullet is if he's giving a shot at the Constitutional Court. The Constitutional Court might rule to say, according to the law, this judgment is flawed. he would have succeeded. But if that one misses, okay, if they say, no, according to the constitution, everything is okay, then he will come back to the Concord. That is the second bullet. And attack the reasons. To say, no. I mean, Apa, you said this, you said Edgar Lungu Edgar Lungu is not a president, he was a president, but he was not a president. You said there was an agreement, but there was an agreement. The second part. That is the second part. So if you look at it, this case has bought an extra time and long extra time. Because if you look at the Concord, we will have to set each date. We will have to set the date for hearing and then judgment. And this can be prolonged. A case in the Concord can take time. It can take time. And this guy knows. So we might be looking at another 1 month, 2 months before this case is disposed of. Unless the people at the Constitutional Court take this one as a matter of agency because it's too mbichirevola. Unless they consider to say, uyu muntu kalafwa, it's too mbichirevola. Unless they consider such circumstances. But you can be sure that they will take time because it's a fresh case. It's a fresh case and it will take a bit of time before it is concluded. And depending on how it is ruled, this guy will still come back to the High Court. If they lose, they will still come back to the High Court and ask for days, ask for time for whatever. They have simply prolonged this case. I hope you follow me well. But as we speak, there is a judgment, and that judgment is in favor of the Zambian government. So the celebration, I think they are premature. They are premature because what are you celebrating? The judgment is still there. The judgment has not been set aside. This guy has only bought you time. He has put you on opium. He has put you on opium. The real cancer has not been dealt with. The real cancer has not been dealt with. And I know you can celebrate because, it is giving you this temporary relief. Temporary relief. But really, at the end of the day, this case is a bad case. I will repeat what I said yesterday. So those of you who are saying, but you are saying it is going to be dismissed. No. The case is a bad case. It will go to the Concord, but it's still a bad case. Even if it comes, it's still a bad case. At the end of the day, no matter how long you postpone this, at the end of the day, you will need to deal with the issues that I've been telling you. The issues whereby you will be asking, Edgar Lungu, what he said, I don't want Hakainde Hichilema to be near me. Okay? Isn't that bitterness? The court has already ruled it's bitterness. No, we want to bury him in South Africa because he was not treated as a former head of state. He's a former head of state. And this issue of saying, no, the Kaunda case and whatever was not concluded, it is not a case law that can be quoted. That judgment came from a court. It came from a court. And since it came from a court, a high court, it will be taken. No matter how long you take, it will still be taken. It will still stand. It will still stand. So you have temporary relief. You can celebrate if it suits you. But at the end of the day, the judgment still remains. Now, my only issue is the forces that are behind this. This is my issue now. And this is where I am really exhorting the Zambian government. I'm exhorting the Zambian, Vakavesha, be very careful. Politics is really at the center of this. I have seen that those foreign entities, they don't want to let go of this case. They are fighting because they want to. It is one way of embarrassing the South African government. It is one way of bringing conflict between Zambia and South Africa. And if they embarrass the ANC government, they embarrass the Cyril Ramaphosa government, it is good for them. It is good for them. And if they bring conflict between Zambia and South Africa, it is good for them. They weaken both governments. They weaken the Cyril Ramaphosa government. They also weaken the Zambian government. And this is where I'm appalled by the Lungu family, because they are being treacherous. They are being treacherous. Now, these people are putting in so much. One thing that you have to know is that this party, which is supporting the Lungu family, is a powerful party in South Africa. This party that is fighting with the Lungu family is a powerful party in South Africa. This party that is fighting with the Lungu family in South Africa has got resources. Lungu has got resources. Lungu has got people. Barawa Esther Lungu is surrounded by a lot of businessmen that were given money by Edgar Lungu. Millions of dollars. Millions of dollars. They have money. Some of these things I'll be disclosing, Kuntanshuku. But I'm telling you, they have money. They have money. And I'll be giving reasons why I say they have money. Kuntanshuku. They have money. Then that party also in South Africa, it has got money. And then it is also powerful. Meaning to say, even in these courts where we are going, don't just go blindly. Don't just go blindly. The South African judicial system has actually been split. The South African, we have been hearing of how some people have gone the other way. I mean, this is a fact. This is a fact. The South African system, the South African judicial system, there have been tussles there. There have been tussles. And these people could be targeting the Constitutional Court, knowing who is in the Constitutional Court. Don't be naive. Don't be naive. And I'm sure, don't be naive to think that, we are going to court and whatever. Don't be naive. Don't be naive. The party in South Africa is very powerful. And it has got tentacles in many parts of government. In many parts of government, including the judiciary. Look at, for example, the case of Zuma. Look what was there. Look at what was there, the case of Zuma. Kirikiti, taken in jail, others removed him and whatever. So be very careful. Be very careful. These guys might be targeting the Constitutional Court, knowing where the case is going, knowing who's going to sit there. So be very, very careful. Don't underrate. We have heard a lot of stories of judges meeting this politician, meeting that politician, of judges we have heard these things. We have heard these things. So be very, very careful. There is something much, much bigger here. Much, much bigger. Because of this opposition. And this opposition has got also certain friends. There are also people in other countries in the region who are in favor of this party, who talks to this party. So please don't take this one lightly. Don't take this one lightly. It is very unfortunate that we have found ourselves in this situation because of, you know, Esther Lungu, who is enjoying this, who wants to embarrass Hakainde Hichilema at all costs. It is not that I'm campaigning for Hakainde Hichilema. It is out of patriotism that I refuse to partner. Me, I've been out. And wherever I've been, nobody can come up and tell me to say, I have spoken ill of my government, that the government should collapse. No. No. No, 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 no. No. No, even these people, some of these people who are part of this, they know. They know that even when I was running, I'm running away from Hakainde Hichilema. Never at one point did I speak in a way that, no, Hakainde Hichilema's government must fall. No. No. Because that is our business in Zambia. That is our business in Zambia. Whether Hakainde Hichilema should continue, whether Hakainde Hichilema should be voted out, that is our business. When I'm out of jurisdiction, I don't have to discuss with foreigners to say, hey, Hakainde Hichilema, whatever, how are we going to bring down Hakainde Hichilema? No, that is being treacherous. You saw Nakachinda moving from one hotel to the other. I told you even before. I told you. Who was booking those hotels where Nakachinda was making those press conferences? Look at the agenda. What was the agenda of Nakachinda? What was Nakachinda saying? And to be honest with you, by UPND, you were slow. You were slow. I had to come in and attack that Nakachinda. I had to come in and attack that Nakachinda, and that is how somehow Nakachinda went back. And when he was asked to say, you are being accused by Tayali, he said, oh, I cannot respond to pajama politics. Because he knew that what I was talking about is true. And even now, everybody who is listening, they know that what I'm talking about is true. There is a partnership. There is an alliance to bring down Hakainde Hichilema's government. And of course, it is not just Hakainde Hichilema's government. It is also Cyril Ramaphosa's government. You know what is happening in South Africa. You know the pressure that ANC is under at the moment. All this Dudula thing that you are seeing, it is not about South Africans not wanting, foreigners and whatever. No. It is all politics. It is all politics. It is a way of weakening the government. So please, Napapata, I'm appealing to you. I'm appealing to you. I don't know what you have to do, but you have to know that this is beyond Ichitumbichaba Edgar Lungu. This is beyond Ichitumbichaba Edgar Lungu. Ichitumbichaba Edgar Lungu is just being used. They are just using it. But what is at stake here? It's fighting the South African government. It is fighting the Zambian government. Yeah? Kache atapiva tayari. How ndepiva pachalo chandi. Awe. Ndepiva. I love my country. I love my country. And my differences, are with, local, not just Ntwale Kunse. So anyway, I hope I've made my point. I've explained to you. What this lawyer has done has just bought a lifetime. I've bought more time for this case. One, he has brought it to the Constitutional Court afresh. Okay? So that the Concord can look at the law. Was the law proper or whatever? If the law was proper, then they will still come back to the High Court and fight for an appeal. More time. But eventually, Edgar Lungu will come back to Zambia. But I'm insisting, I'm insisting. Can we do what we can? We have the powerhouse by UPND, all those connections that you have in South Africa. Can you talk to them? Can you talk to them so that you can put up a good fight there? Otherwise, you'll be embarrassed. Anyway, I hope I've made my point. So tapani if you have to celebrate tapani if you have to celebrate, the judgment is still intact. The judgment is still intact. Yeah. Thank you very much. Bye for now.